Last time I left you with a few kind of exercises to do every time you warm up by climbing sideways with one or no hand. So hopefully you've had a few climbing sessions and you're incorporating that into your practice. As well as going side to side and traversing, you can also go up problems and even down problems. Here I do one problem facing left and then the next problem facing right. We call that bilateral practice. In practicing stuff going up and down or left and right, it actually makes the skill a lot more robust for us. When you're doing up problems, don't start off by trying to do actual boulder problems. Use like a complete rainbow spread of colours, and as you get better and better, you can start eliminating different holds or using much smaller holds to make it harder. What we're going to do now is start to look at how we can use footholds more effectively. What you're going to see is that there are certain footholds where they work better if we place our feet on them a certain way. To do that, we really need to look at the hold carefully and from different angles. What you want to do now is select a small selection of footholds, have a look at them, and then try and put your feet on them how you think they're going to be best used. And sometimes you might have to play around a bit. You're going to use your inside edge, your outside edge, especially if it's quite a long hold. You'll find that your inside and outside edges are more linear than the toe, which is more of a point. And you really have to play around and experiment with this low down, and before long you'll be able to look at a hold and instantly know how to use it best. It looks quite dull, but what we're trying to do is, for every hold you've picked, is use your left foot, your right foot, use your toe, your inside edge of your left foot, your outside edge of your right foot, and your inside and outside edge of your left foot as well. And then finally, there's one more way we can use the hold, which is by using our heel on it. By using our heel, we can actually totally rest our calf muscle. So if we were climbing and had been using our toes, our calves can get quite tired. Another exercise to work on our foot-eye coordination is to stand just about a step away from the wall. And what you're going to do is you can either mark on the wall with little tags, or you can have a look at the T-nuts which have got no holds in, or you could actually look at the holds. And you're just going to raise one of your feet and try and touch as many footholds or targets as you can, as accurately as you can, from stood on the spot. The next steps is to do a very similar exercise to that last one, but this time we're going to step onto the wall, and from holding on, we're going to try and touch as many holds as possible. One of the things you want to remember when you're doing this is there is a trade-off in everything we do between speed and accuracy. So if you aren't being very accurate, slow down. A final exercise you can do is use corks and actually balance them on holds. And the idea is you try and make a traverse, you only use the cork holds, but at the same time you can't knock them off. You can cork them up, but it sometimes works better if you have a friend cork it for you, because you will naturally do what you do best, whereas your friend might do something dastardly to try and prevent you being successful. There are two common mistakes. One is you do a kind of a double tap, so you don't get your foot on right the first time, and the second one is you kind of totally unprecise. You kind of kick the wall and slide your foot down, and it's very noisy. And those are just two of the things there. Try to avoid.